Yes, my people. Tonight, as you can see, it's after 10 p.m. It's 11:32 p.m. here in Malaysia, Southeast Asia to be precise. I am coming your way with the last video of the day. I know it's still in the afternoon in Africa. In Europe, it's also in the afternoon. But here in Southeast Asia, it's already in the night. Now, tonight, I want us to talk about something. I have the list of players that Chelsea have in the first team. Their names here right now. In the afternoon, I was a bit soft. I came more like, let's have a discussion in a lovely atmosphere. But what we are doing the past, from yesterday, was to actually diagnose Chelsea's problem, to find out where the issues are. I am a fan. I am a Chelsea fan, and I love my club. And what we are doing, we are not trying to bring down anyone. We are not trying to pinpoint anybody. We are trying to look at the collective interest of the club and the way forward. That is what we try to do. We delve into issues that concerns the club Chelsea. We actually, not only in Chelsea, we talk about any other club, so long as football is concerned. But our main focus here is to discuss issues of Chelsea. Tonight, briefly, I want to show you something. I want to give you, first of all, the list of players we have in Chelsea and how many they are. How many they are. First of all, let me start with the goalkeepers. We have about 26 players. Chelsea have 26 players registered. You remember, at the beginning of the season, our coach made it very clear that he would prefer 22 to 23 players and 3 or 4 from the under 23. That is what our coach wanted. But currently, we have 26 players registered with Chelsea. If you add Fofana, making it 27. Making it 27. Now, let me go over the squad, the list of squad I have here. We have Sanchez. We have Petrovic. We have Benitelli. These are the goalkeepers. Benitelli, Sanchez, Petrovic, goalkeepers. We have Disasi, Badasheli, Cucurella, Thiago Silva, Chalobah, Chilwell, Reece James, Cowell, Malagusto, Matson, Fofana, Enzo Fernandez, Leslie, Kanichukwuemeka, Conor Gallagher, Casado, Lavia, Sterling, Modric, Noni, Jackson, Nkuku, Broja, and Cole Palmer. I don't know whether you got those names right. It takes a lot of research to get all these things done. Tonight, I am going over the list again for you to know your players in Chelsea. I want you to know the players you have currently as Chelsea players. Then when you are comparing them to the days of old, 2014, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, the squad that we have then, when you want to compare and know the standard then and the standard now, you be careful about how to compare them. Let me go over it again. We have Sanchez, Petrovic, Bettinelli, Disasi, Badasheli, Cucurella, Thiago, Chalobah, Chilwell, Reece James, Cowell, Gutso, Matson, Fofana, Enzo, Leslie, Kanichukwuemeka, Conor Gallagher, Casado, Lavia, Sterling, Modric, Noni, Jackson, Nkuku, Broja, Cole Palmer, who was registered, the last to be registered. Now, those are the players Chelsea have currently, 27 registered for the season. We tried to sell a few of them before the transfer market closes, but we were not able to. For instance, Chalobah was supposed to go, but the deal between Chelsea and Bayern Munich collapsed at the last minute. So we have all these players now with us currently. Why did I mention these names? I mentioned these names so that you know the squad that you have. Every single player here is talented. Every single player that I mentioned here, they are quality, talented players. They qualify to play in any club in Europe. But the problem is, these are not players to play in one team. I gave you the average of the squad yesterday, the average age yesterday. These players are supposed to be blended with experienced and mature players. These are 19, 18, 19, 20, 21 players. Few of them are 22, 23. Then Sterling 28. Thiago Silva 38. The rest are all, I think Ben Chilwell is 26. The rest are all 23, 20, 23, 22, 21, 18. This is where Chelsea need to start building from. Before the international break is over, my expectation and the expectation of you as a Chelsea fan and many out there is that the coach, our gaffer, will begin to think on how to solve some of the problems that we faced. Number one issue to be solved is the tactics, the formation. The squad you have to look at the formation you need to play. There are many attacking players here. You cannot use a left back as a left winger. More than half of the squad here, they are attacking midfielders. Very good attacking midfielders. Very young and talented. You don't use a left wing back in Ben Chilwell as left wing back in Ben Chilwell as left back as a left wing back. You don't use left back as a right winger or left winger. Ben Chilwell's position is left back, defensive play. He's a defender. You don't use him as a left winger. He is not an attacking midfielder. His attacking play doesn't come into being when you deploy him in that position. He is supposed to be our left back. And in a left back position, he can run forward and come back to defend. There are many players that are supposed to play that role. Let us not make a mistake. What cost Chelsea the last game, that 1-0, what cost Chelsea was a misplaced position. It was a tactical problem. The coach used the wrong players in that game. It's as simple as that. Whether he admits it or not, we all that love the football, we know the players, we know their positions, we know that the role that he gave Ben Chilwell to play was not the right role. Two. Playing three center backs against Nottingham Forest was wrong. 3 center backs. Even if you can, I know this mindset was that let the 3 center backs relax at the back. The rest of the players should be attacking minded. But if you want the rest to be attacking minded, you don't use your left back for an attacking as a winger. You don't use your left back as a winger. If you want the 3 to be solid at the back, to defend at the back, three center backs, knowing that you are secured at the back, right? Then what is it that made you to use your left back as an attacking winger? Those are the minor mistakes that cost Chelsea the last game. What went wrong with the strategy, the formation, the tactics we play against Dortmund? I don't know how many Chelsea fans watched that game against Dortmund in preseason. I watch it. I want to hear from you in that comment section. When we played against Dortmund, the match we played against Dortmund, go back and watch it. It's on the internet. Every Chelsea fan needs to watch that game. What we practiced in preseason, we came to the league, the week started, and we dumped it. we just dump everything that we practiced during the preseason. Our first game against Liverpool, we were all happy to play a draw game against Liverpool. We were happy because we know the pedigree of Liverpool. But we also know that Liverpool midfield had a problem. Liverpool's midfield had a problem. We knew. But for once, I also know that Liverpool had the best attacking forwards in the Premier League. The front three of Liverpool, they are very dangerous front three. But their midfield was weak. Yet we were able to contain them. Why? We stabilized our midfield. We neutralized their midfield. We did not allow them to play their game from the midfield. We took control of the midfield game. The game we played against Nottingham Forest, how was our midfield? First half especially, how was it? How was it? Second half, even though the last 25 minutes, it was as if Chelsea dominated the game. Okay, if you think our midfield was solid, where did our goal come from? The goal that Nottingham Forest scored us, where did it come from? The ball was lost in the midfield. We lost the ball at the midfield, Casado. And that, if you want to watch it carefully, you don't blame only Casado for that. Gallagher was equally confused at that moment. Then you also have to put some part of the blame on the goalkeeper, Sanchez. He could have done better. What am I trying to say? You see, tactically, our coach got it all wrong. Our coach got it wrong. Secondly, the players that we have, they are young and talented. They lack experience. Leadership was not part of it. We never had leadership. In the dressing room, Chelsea never had leadership. That matured mind leadership, we lack it. Every guy on the field of play was young. They were all playing their best, to their best ability, but there was no one in that dressing room that could speak into their ears. If the coach doesn't speak, there is no other leader. Reece James injured. But when I talk about leadership, I'm talking about leadership by character, by attitude. The leader that have the heart to carry. You remember when Chelsea was Chelsea, in a home, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea is down by 1-0. Anything possible will be done in order for Chelsea not to lose that game. Mourinho went 86 games unbeaten at home in Stamford Bridge. 86 games unbeaten at home. You don't just play games at home like you are playing an away game. You were playing a game at home against Nottingham Forest and you were playing 3 center backs. What if you should go to Liverpool, or you go away game in Liverpool, or you go to Man City away game, or Arsenal away game? What are you going to be playing if you are playing 3 center backs in Stamford Bridge? We've been speaking for the past how many days now? I believe it is time that our owners, they are beginning to take note of some of these things. Last summer, when they took over, they made series of mistakes. They bought players that they were not supposed to buy. They went to the market by themselves. They bought players that they were not supposed to buy. This season, I am glad they did some good signings. I am glad they corrected many things, many of the mistakes. But you know what? They corrected some, but there are still some that need to be corrected more. I said it before and I will say it again. Out of the £430 million that was spent, assuming £130 million was spent on Victor Osimhen as a striker, we wouldn't be complaining here by now. We spent all the money. We bought a midfielder of £115 million, and we went and bought a striker, the goal scorer, at 33 million pounds or 34 million pounds. Are we expecting all the goals to come from the midfield? We don't end our transfer market that way. We ended the transfer market with 34 million pound, striker. But we bought a midfielder of 115 million. Yet we could not afford to pay or to price out Victor Osimhen from Napoli of 120 million pounds. Do you think if Chelsea had offered 120 million pounds to Napoli, they would have rejected it? I don't think so. Let them even reject the 120. Let's go again 130. Let them reject 130. Now put it on the table. They want to give them 150 million pounds. Let them reject it. Let's see. Chelsea need an outright striker. Typical number 9 striker. That is not to say Nicholas Jackson is not doing a great job. The young man is fighting hard, but he has a limit because of lack of experience. He has a limit. That is my take for tonight. We could have gone in for a good, experienced, hard, fighting, muzzle bullying striker that can put fear in defenders. When they are meeting Chelsea, they know they are meeting a hard, well-built, muzzle-built striker. Fearfully, and when defenders see him, they'll panic. Nicholas Jackson is doing his best. He goes to the midfield, he gets ball from midfield, he runs with the ball. But what Chelsea need right now is not Nicholas Jackson. The kind of squad we have, very well talented, we need a finisher. I'll come your way again tomorrow. By the time you are up, or most of you, by the time you are sleeping tonight, another video will be hitting you. Let me leave you here. I'll see you when you see me. Shalom and peace.